10 days to election 2020. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News.
We'll be burying 5 at a go. We're going to bury more. We only want to elect the public. The COVID is real, and therefore protect yourself. Observe the national protocol measures to protect yourself, protect your family.
COVID-19 is still real. Remember to always wear your face mask. This bulletin is coming to you live from the Joy 99.7 FM studios here in Kokomlemle. Our digital address GA0993341. Also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Affiliates across the country, including Dreams FM in Bolgatanga, A1 Radio, and then also in Radio Max in Takrady. We are around the world at myjoyonline.com. In this edition, latest research reveals most Ghanaians want soldiers deployed during election day to provide security. But why?
They just stopped me on the way and pointed the gun on me and told me to lie down.
To enforce fully the disbandment laws of the vigilante groups and activities.
We have details as Joy News highlights security situation in various communities in the lead up to the December polls. From World First to historic feats, Vice President Bawumia touts achievement of the NPP government. But why are some of them being contested?
Ghana is now the largest medical drone delivery service in the world. And Ghana is the first country in the world to implement a universal QR code payment that accommodates both bank accounts and mobile wallets.
We'll find out as an academic launches a challenge. Also, Chronicle newspaper editor accuses immigration officer of threatening his life and petitions IGP to intervene.
Just last Friday, he sent me another text message warning me that if I don't retract, something will happen here and there.
We'll bring you details as the Media Foundation for West Africa expresses concern about the development. Much later tonight, we'll bring you the Joy ballot box from Tema, where education is already topping the pack. That and more here on the Midday News with me, Emefa Apau. And this is your election headquarters, brought to you by Petrosol. Clean fuel, full quantity. And latest research by the University of Ghana has revealed most Ghanaians want soldiers involved in election security. It is coming at a time the police have put out more than 6,000 flashpoints in the country. Throughout this month, Joy News has been highlighting the security situations in some of the communities as the nation prepares for a crucial election. Let's bring back some of them. First, the Asawase constituency in the Ashanti region, where residents want special attention to be given to their constituency to avert violence in the December polls.
The Asawase constituency is listed among hotspots in the upcoming election, with 53 areas under police radar. The quest of the New Patriotic Party to grab the parliamentary seats from the National Democratic Congress is said to be the cause of the high tension in the area. Several incidents have threatened security in Asawase constituency. In July, a national security operative brandished a gun at a registration center in an attempt to restrict some people from registering in the constituency. Pockets of political violence characterized internal activities of both political parties, mainly from internal race to become parliamentary candidates. Latest among incidents leading to heightened tension is the arrest of some NDC persons police suspect to be armed robbers terrorizing the region.
The political parties should be able to apply the law and make sure that the vigilantes are totally eradicated.
The matter of insecurity and then vigilantes is almost everywhere.
To enforce fully the disbandment laws of the vigilante groups and activities.
Now, in the Upper East region, there is increasing fear and skepticism among residents about the ability of the police there to deal with crimes of robbery in an area with 347 electoral hotspots.
Joseph Apawe, a mobile money vendor here in Sandema, is one of the victims of armed robbery. On the 14th of August this year, while on the way home from work, 4 men armed with a gun attacked him.
I closed from work around 6:30 and I was on my way going home. They just stopped me on the way and pointed the gun on me and told me to lie down. I lay down and they collected my bag with the money, removed all my phones, took my Honda motorbike and went away with it.
Less than a month later, Theophilus Isaka, also a mobile money vendor here in Sandema, was attacked in a similar manner.
On the 5th of last month, 5th October, it was around 9 going. I closed from work and I was going to the house. Then 2 guys came with a torchlight and a gun and a cutlass. They were fully masked and they were wearing overall jackets, and then the trousers all were black. Then they asked me to lie down. I lie down, and then one having the cutlass use it and hit on my head. Then it cuts me. Then the gunman told me I shouldn't worry. I should just give them the bag. Then I hand over the bag to them.
Now, let's zoom into today's report from the Oti region. 261 flashpoints have been identified in that region by the police. Armed and highway robbery is on the ascendancy, and arms, which can be used to perpetrate electoral violence, continue to circulate in wrong hands. Oti region correspondent Peter Seno reports.
We need peace. All is well when there is peace. Soldiers, we need the security forces to be on the ground. Any misunderstanding without their presence would be bloody. Their presence would even restrain those who may want to foment trouble. With 261 hotspots, 8 constituencies for the pending December 2020 elections, the fears of Jibril Amidu could not be far-fetched. With party fanatics doing all it takes just to ensure that their political parties win elections, with some members acting in wanton disregard of the law, residents say they need maximum security presence on the ground come election day. Abbas expresses same fears.
We need the security very necessary because the way some of the guys are misbehaving towards during the voting time, in fact, they misbehave. In fact, so during the voting time, we want people security to come very tightly.
For Tobias, he does not want any embarrassment and intimidation on the election day from those to be deployed into the border community of Menusu.
We as around the border here, we only beg them not embarrass everybody at all, which may bring confusion. So we only want to beg them that if police will come, whatever, they should come peacefully. We only want peace, not attack.
His fears are, however, allayed by the district police commander for the KGB district, Michael Asiedu, who says there would not be any form of intimidation from his men.
Ghana Police Service is at the forefront of these impending elections. But I can assure you, there will be peace before, during, and after. Nobody will be intimidated.
Now, let me take you back to the report from the University of Ghana Political Science Department, which showed that most Ghanaians want the military involvement in election day security duties. My colleague, Kwekwe Sante, joins me in studio with more details. So what does the report say is accounting for this?
Well, so the research report has very interesting figures. When a question was posed, how will you rate the preparedness of the various security agencies towards ensuring peaceful elections? 68.2%, which is the majority, said they thought the military was more prepared, slightly above the Ghana Police Service, which had 67.9%. And then when they were asked if they wanted a military involvement in the election, 54.3% said yes, while 36.8% said no. It can be seen that most people trust the military to be the agency that can ensure peace in the upcoming election, although the number for the police is also very much up there.
So we also understand majority of Ghanaians say they don't know if the parties have disbanded their vigilante groups.
Well, so, I mean, few months ago, there was a law that mandated political parties, as it were, to disband the political vigilantes. When the people were asked if they thought the political parties had disbanded their vigilante groups, 45.5% of the respondents says they did not know. It's only 29.3% that said they believe the parties had disbanded the groups, whilst 25.2% said no. And this can be attributed to the secrecy with which these groups operate, so that people cannot even tell if they have been truly disbanded or not.
Thank you very much, Kwekwe Sante. Now, the Ashanti Regional Police Command says they are on the lookout for spontaneous political attacks. Now, this is due to the mounting of political tension as the general elections draw near. Commander COP Kwesi Mensah Duku explains the police is committed to ensuring all issues that disrupt peace is dealt with.
And the preferred season for social misfits, hooligans, and criminals to run to you as camp, so that you can offer them your party and political identity to enable them commit this usual violence in the name of politics. Please do not insulate them and cocoon them with your party identity. For us, police, we are ready to unmask and strip any monster or fugitive of his or her political coalition and swiftly bring such individuals to answer the very crimes they have committed without fear or favor.
Well, he's also cautioning politicians against the patronage of hooligans to perpetrate crime under the guise of politics.
Presidential and parliamentary elections, we the police service are not oblivious of the normal tasks ahead of us. The political tensions have started mounting up. The seasonal route marches, physical confrontations, surprise attacks, destruction of party billboards and posters associated with election will soon be seen fretting. The youth are therefore cautioned not to allow themselves to be used as puppets to foment trouble.
You heard there the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, COP Kwesi Mensah Duku. This is your election headquarters. On to some other issues now. From the world's biggest drone delivery system to Ghana's first pension scheme for cocoa farmers, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia touted the achievement of the Akufo-Addo government. He told a packed audience at the City Auditorium of the University of Ghana Business School that the economy is in good hands. But some claims by Dr. Bawumia are being contested. But first, here are extracts from that speech.
We have introduced major innovations in the cocoa sector with successful initiatives such as hand pollination, early spraying, and replanting of cocoa farms at the cost to government. Before the introduction of hand pollination, the majority of our cocoa farmers produce less than 20 pods per cocoa tree. With hand pollination, the medium count now is 50 pods, and we have recorded cases of 200 pods and above. Ghana is now the largest medical drone delivery service in the world. The largest. Our country, Ghana. Planting for Food and Jobs has led to a 71% increase in the national production of maize and 34% increase in paddy rice. In the health sector, National Health Insurance Scheme has been rescued from its cash and carry status.
So that's not all. The Vice President also said Ghana has recorded a world first in the implementation of our version of QR code.
And Ghana is the first country in the world to implement a universal QR code payment that accommodates both bank accounts and mobile wallets. We are the first to do it. Bank accounts and mobile wallets. No other country in the world has been.
But that particular claim is being contested. Let's listen to senior lecturer of the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Kobi Mensah.
Let me say that I am no way trying to challenge or expose the Vice President. But as an academic, I also believe that we have a duty to inform the society, to contribute to public, dialogue or discourse, and then also make sure that we could, correct, if possible, notions created so that our country can be in a better position. Now, as of last year, I was, happened to be part of a research collaboration team from Germany, and that study group includes, members of other, countries like Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, etc. And in that particular research, which is a digital trust at the workplace, my responsibility was to actually do a comparative study between Ghana and Kenya and other African countries vis-a-vis the rest of the world. Now, in our study, when I wrote the abstract, the materials that I used actually mentioned vividly that in Kenya, and even in Nigeria, the payment system that is actually spearheaded by M-Pesa, which is widely known by a lot of people within the tech space, had actually, the kind of description the vice president actually gave. And that was the reason why I reacted to it. Obviously, the party foot soldiers would not be happy, for me to say that we are not the first. But the evidence is clear. I can actually point to you literature that actually suggests that the interactivity between bank account, mobile wallet payment, facilitated by QR codes or being driven by QR codes, was already implemented in India, in Kenya, in 2016, as far back as 2016, and there's evidence for that.
That's a senior lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Kobi Mensah. We'll stay a while longer on the election headquarters. This time we hit the campaign trail. And we start off from the camp of the NPP, and the party says it expects to win the December 7 general election by 53%. It says though recent surveys by the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, the CDD and others put the party ahead, they are not complacent and will campaign for every vote. Former General Secretary of the NPP, Kwabena Agyapong, tells my colleague Elton Brobe President Akufo-Addo's competence will win him a one-touch victory.
Of course it should, but we've had other surveys from the CDD that put the president around, 56 and 70% approval ratings. I've seen another survey from Ben Epson, which is close to 53%. And I know the NDC's internal surveys have put President Akufo-Addo at 54%. And they know they're losing this battle, but there's no room for complacency. So we are going to continue to work hard in the last week of the election to get out the vote, to drive out the passion. And you see, the people themselves have become the living testimonies of the impact of the interventions that the president has pursued in the last 4 years. So very clearly, I expect Ghanaians to give him an emphatic endorsement of his mandate on December 7th.
And what percentage are you looking at?
Well, I've been a politician for so long, you don't want to throw away figures. I'm just giving you a range of figures. We need 50 plus 1, but I think we'll do something around 53%.
That's the former General Secretary of the NPP, Kwabena Agyapong. Well, President Akufo-Addo is meanwhile continuing his tour of the central region and is expected to commission a Eurojet hospital at Trefo-Praso. Presidential Affairs correspondent Elton Brobe is with the team. He joins us on the line. So has that happened yet? If not, what is the president up to?
We just got here and the program just got underway. This is a 60-bed capacity hospital that President Akufo-Addo is just about to commission for use for this enclave. But before getting here, the president has again been talking about the free senior high school program. And for him, the trend that the discussion is taking, the politicization of the program, is not something he's excited about. He spoke about the fact that politicians should look at making the free senior high school even better, addressing defects with it, and then ensure that it benefits everybody. That is his interest, and not about the politicization of it. So the commission of the hospital is just about something. He's also spoke about the fact that he's not overly excited about the fact that the political science department can be put ahead of former President John Mahama. For him, he will continue to campaign and ensure that he talks to every Ghanaian, because the verdict will be on December 7th.
That's Presidential Affairs correspondent Elton John Brobe. Now to the camp of the NDC, and former President John Dramani Mahama says he's not perturbed about the recent polls that puts President Akufo-Addo in the lead. Now he's convinced that the NDC will win the polls. His comments comes out after that research that we've been talking about. He's been addressing a rally after visiting the overlord of Dagbang. He also stated that judging from opinion polls and surveys conducted, the NDC will also win majority parliamentary seats.
As for the parliamentary election, from our calculations and the opinion polls, we have won the majority in parliament already. And by God's grace, Yendi constituency is going to be one of those seats NDC will win.
And that's former President John Dramani Mahama addressing a rally at Dagbong. Let me bring you back here to the Greater Accra region. We're heading to Tema. All roads lead to Tema Central. Tonight is the Joy ballot box. Already, many of you have been voting. I'm interested in the issues that you've been voting on, which will decide your vote for the December polls. And Deputy head of our political desk will be the Electoral Commissioner tonight. And Winston Amwa joins me in studio. Please give me the results ahead.
Well, exactly. And if I think that I've actually performed my functions as Electoral Commissioner because the results are in now. And so let's just get into the percentages. And education leads in the Tema Central constituency.
Okay. By how many percent?
27% of voters saying one of the issues that would influence their choices is education. Now, if you move away from education, you're getting into employment. And 21.5% say employment for them is very, very, very key in the choices they make on December 7. Then from employment, you're getting to sewage and waste management. You're talking about our sanitation, where 17% of those who cast their vote say sanitation is going to be very, very important to them and would decide the choices that they make on December 7. And then we get to, utility tariffs, 11%. We get to security, 4%. And health is at 2%, with housing at 10% MFR.
Well, so tonight is happening at the Tema Central?
Yes, Tema Central at Preschool Park is at 5 p.m., from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We'll be there, we'll be engaging and be finding out from your, aspirants, those who are seeking to represent you in Parliament, their responses to some of these concerns. Now, these are just, the broad categorization of the, issues. Mm-hmm. When we get onto the ballot box program itself, we'll be picking some of them because some actually put in questions. I don't want to get into the questions yet. Okay. A lot of questions in there which we'll be asking the aspiring members of Parliament.
They definitely will be tough questions. We look forward to the Joy ballot box happening tonight on all our platforms. We'll bring you more. This is your election headquarters, brought to you by Petrosol. Clean fuel, full quantity. And our top story so far, latest research reveals most Ghanaians want soldiers deployed during election day to provide security. When we return, we have Sports and Chronicle newspaper editor accuses immigration office of threatening his life and petitions IGP to intervene.
He sent me another text message warning me that if I don't retract, something will happen here and there.
And much later, that music that's already got a lot of people talking. Our version of Blessing to You.
Indeed, indeed, if it has not been for the Lord who has been on our side, where would we have been? Ebenezer, you have been with us from the beginning till today.
The Lord bless you and keep you.
Make his face shine upon you.
This December, don't just think about the political party you belong to. Choose a leader who has what it takes and the team to manage and build a strong economy.
Think about the millions who are enjoying free SHS thanks to a strong economy.
Think about the millions of jobs being created and protected because competent hands are managing the economy for you.
Think about the roads, dams, and health centers being constructed thanks to a strong economy.
Remember those who gave you doomsday and handed the economy to the IMF.
Think about a leader who has liberated us after 5 years of doomsday.
Remember, your vote is about your future, our future. Vote for the leader who can manage the economy much better and create more jobs for you. Vote Nana Akufo-Addo, number 1, and the MPP parliamentary candidate in your area.
Charlie, this bro, dear, we're going to make every moment special. Whether it's
I see you, Kipo.
There's more than enough drama series to bond over. There is something to keep you.
What are we doing today, man?
Endlessly entertained. You won't miss the action between.
Nobody will be better. Ronaldo or Messi.
You know, go fit rescue you from Auntie's questions. So
You said when you dey marry now.
That will give you ideas. Choose DSTV this holiday season and make it your moment for only 45 Ghana cedis per month. DSTV, it's your moment.
Thanks for staying with us here on the Midday News. Hans Mensando has the latest from the sports. You will sing after that, right? You will sing our version, one line from the song. So start rehearsing, but give us sports
Let's
now.
see how it goes. And head coach of Techiman 11 Wonders, Ignatius Oseifosu, says his side's early season form is not a fluke. The Techiman Bay side drew against Asante Kodoko on the opening day of the season and followed it up with an impressive 2-0 victory against Ebusia Dwells. Coach Ignatius Oseifosu says he wants his side to play like champions.
We are definitely on course. We wanted to put 15 points in our first 5 games. Unfortunately, we drew the Kotoko match with all the euphoria. We have said that you have seen the way we played, not too much different from that Kotoko, because we said that we want to have efficiency, we want to have commitment, and then we have to have more productivity. So it is not quite different from the way we played Kotoko game. Those who were thinking that it's because of Kotoko, we are saying that let every team be aware of 11 Wonders, because we, for us, we are a team that can win the championship, and that we want to play like champions, and you have seen us play like champions today.
Ignatius Oseifosu is the head coach of Techiman 11 Wonders. As with the song before, it's past midday. I don't usually sing around this time. So tomorrow definitely we'll try to, do my own rendition of it.
We'll get you, don't worry. Thank you very much, Hans. Now, the editor of the Chronicle newspaper, Emmanuel Akli, says he's receiving death threats from an immigration officer about whom he did a story. The man is said to have won a defamation case against the newspaper, but was infuriated when the paper decided to appeal. Mr. Akli says he first reported the threats to the IGP in 2019, but to no avail. He spoke to my colleague, Chrissy Parker-Wilson.
He wants me to retract and apologize to him. I said, no, I can't, because if I retract and apologize, it means that I have accepted, or the management of Chronicle have accepted the ruling by the court. So I can't do that. And then he started sending me this threatening text, WhatsApp messages here and there. So I actually reported him to the police, and nothing was done about it. I proceeded and sent a petition to IGP. Nothing was done about it. So just last Friday, he sent me another text message warning me that if I don't retract, something will happen here and there.
That's Emmanuel Akli. He's an editor of the Chronicle newspaper. I must say that we're yet to hear from the police on this. We've been trying, but it's been unsuccessful so far. But the executive director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Suleiman Abrahima, joins us live on this development. So listening to my colleague journalist and knowing that we lost another not too long ago under similar circumstances, should we be worried or angry?
No, absolutely. It's a worrying development. Not because the person is a journalist. Every individual, every citizen who faces threats to their life is a matter that should be taken seriously. Because once you lose your life, that's it. But we are seeing this or witnessing this in a context where not too long ago, another person who worked with the media had his life taken away. And as we speak, nothing has happened. So no justice for the family. We don't know where investigations have gotten to. And so for me, it is worrying that the journalists will say, I've reported it to the police, because that's the natural place and the legitimate place to go to. And once you go to the police, you expect that the police would act. And so it's quite worrying that, he says the matter had been reported to the police, and so far nothing has happened. So when we got wind of it, we reached out to our contacts in the police, and they gave us an assurance that it is something that they are going to look up, they are going to look into it and make sure that the right steps are taken to protect the journalists. In the meantime, we thought it was important to bring it up to the public domain so that at least people will know about it, and the perpetrator would also know that, well, should anything happen to Mr. Akli at this stage, he would be held responsible.
Very well. Thank you so much. That's the Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, Suleimana Brahima there. I didn't want to end on this bad note, though. But just before we go also, let's head to the court because there's this issue that we've also been following on is the lawyers for embattled FDA lawyer Cynthia Dapaah-Ntoh today asked an Accra High Court to adjourn their motion for injunction because COA-FX boss Dr. Samuel Duncan has not received a copy of the motion. Her three lawyers said they have also filed another motion against documents filed by Manasseh Zuriawene. They therefore wanted the case to be adjourned to December 8th, the day the fresh motion was being slated. But lawyer for multimedia and the investigative journalist Samson Ladia Nyenene argued that what was going on was only a ploy to delay that case. We'll follow up and bring you more in our subsequent bulletins. There's more news also when you log on to myjoyonline.com. I'll leave you with our very own, anniversary rendition of this blessing song to you. Thank you so much for being a part of our lives. 25 years of media excellence. Many thanks to you. # Grateful Hearts. # Asida. I am MF Apo. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Just Momo it. When you tire for the long queue in the supermarket, just Momo it. And when you really want that beautiful new blouse too, just Momo it. And when you won't get that trim, when you go get fresh to impress, you know who, just Momo it. And when you need to pay that your utility bill and domestic staff set, just Momo it. And when you want send love to the family for back home, just Momo it. So many ways there. When you go use your MTN Momo wallet, make payments with scan to pay. When you go use the QR code, or you go use the merchant ID or on bank POS terminals. You go also transfer money between mobile money wallet and bank account, all on MTN Momo. Enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions and live life the brighter way with MTN Momo. We are good together. Just Momo it. We're there for you everywhere you go.
If we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change.
Winning strategies, nuggets of wisdom, unforgettable stories, all in one inspirational hour. Springboard your virtual university with Albert and Comfort Okran and guests.
Planning is bringing the future into the present.
A job is for the salaries, mundane, survival oriented, and there's no passion. But a career has fulfillment, innovation, drive. A growth path is clear, and you can build step by step all the way to the top.
Matriculate at 7 p.m. and graduate at 8 p.m. every Sunday on Joy 99.7 FM and live on Facebook. Springboard is brought to you by Legacy and Legacy and Joy 99.7 FM and proudly sponsored by MTN, Enterprise Group, UMB Bank, and Axis Pension Trust with support from the graphic business.
Here's where we turn around.
Salt and Light Music Ministry and your favorite choir, the Harmonious Chorale